Look, folks, this is no joke. I love watching Korean dramas. Now, look, I feel your eyes judging me already, and that's okay, because that's still not going to stop me from watching Korean dramas. Now, one of the things that I like about Korean dramas the most is that they let their men cry over things that men in the United States have been socialized not to cry about. They cry when their best friend leaves for the military. They cry when they're frustrated. They cry when a loved one dies. They cry when they experience heartache. I mean, these are things you normally don't even see in TV shows and movies that men are the main actors in. You might see their pain, but you rarely see men with tears rolling down their face as you do in Korean dramas. Case in point, one of my favorite Korean dramas of all time is Boys Over Flowers, which is a must watch if you are going to watch Korean dramas. You must watch that. And it has my favorite actor, Lee Min-ho. He is a young Denzel Washington. He can do comedies, he can do dramas, he can do action. The man is amazing. But to make my point, that in Boys Over Flowers, it only had 25 episodes, and he cried in at least 3/4 of them. Like, no joke. Had crying scenes in at least 3/4 of them. And so, this is the transition into sociology, and that with researchers tell us this, and this is clear, that boys who do not learn how to be emotionally honest with themselves are vastly more likely to develop serious psychological disorders later on in their life, especially something like depression. And so then now, as a social observer, I would argue that socializing men not to be emotionally honest with themselves, that this leads to the vast majority of the self-destructive behaviors that men often exhibit, whether that be suicide, whether that be having sex with a lot of women, especially without any protection, whether that's all the daredevil stuff that we do. A lot of those things I would tie back into not being emotionally honest with ourselves. And so then, so this is another example of where something that seems deeply personal, right? A man not feeling that he's able to cry, something that seems very personal, actually has deeper sociological roots.